Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I created Magic and Miracles with one purpose only: to help people of all walks of life all around the world achieve their manifestation, dreams, and goals. True story. It's so important to achieve your goals so that you can really start tasting your power, the power of the golden Buddha, as I refer to it, which simply represents no disrespect to any religion, just represents symbolically the highest version of yourself that is already living out the dream life that you consider dream life right now. Once you get there, you will augment still. So in my coaching, that's exactly what I help people do, is to quantum leap themselves to a higher version of themselves by processing all the so-called garbage in the living room, which is how I refer to extraneous emotions borrowed from Mama Drama Panorama, as I also refer to, with no disrespect again, to how painful it must have been what you had gone through, how sometimes even horrible, in some cases. However, all of that energy, all of those emotions, they need to be processed so that you, in fact, disembark that timeline and embark on an entirely new one of your choice, truest and the most authentic one to you. Okay, so to be in my coaching, you need to first book a 1 hour session. I really want to make sure that I resonate with you, that I want you to be obviously excited about this process and ready to rock and roll, and just to simply make sure that we can work well together. Upon completion of that session, you need to book what's called a signature coaching package. That's how everybody starts out in my coaching. And it's 3 times per week that we rendezvous. This is how everybody starts, okay, no matter who you are. This is my high preference, let's just say it like that. Why? Because if you're coming in fresh, I don't care how many coaches you have tried, I really don't care, with all due respect. Nobody does the job, the thorough job, the detail-oriented job that I do. And in the month 1 out of the 2 to 3 months that I recommend, I like calm your history. I want to know everything. No detail is too small for me. I want to understand the person in front of me. I want to understand the system behind your beliefs. And so in order to shock that system and those old beliefs, yes, we need to rendezvous 3 times per week. And that has proven to be a really powerful way and a really successful way, because I used to do it 2 to 3 times. But no, for the person coming in fresh, as I said, that's recommended. Down the line, I may, decrease the frequency with your agreement. Of course, we both have to agree, but in the 3 times per week package, I recommend 2 to 3 months. Okay, on average, that's what's enough. Now, again, you might be advanced and only 1 month of signature is enough for you, and then you downgrade to another package, which is called on the go twice a week. We can play it by ear. I don't want to keep you in coaching longer than, you really have to be there. I really want you to absorb everything I have to teach, all the methodology that I've compounded and produced this signature coaching program out of the last 10 years of coaching people and out of the last 15 years of my own journey. I also teach something no coach on planet Earth teaches the way that I do, and I know this to be 100% true, which is energy work that is so simple, a child can do it, but can really create unparalleled miracles for you and get you your way every single time. There's also a do-it-yourself course on that, the signature energy course, which is to die for. If I had to say so myself, it's a 15 audio course. You can literally do it yourself. It just covers all the kind of circumstances that you can utilize it in. If you have any questions before booking, please email. All right, so I'm really inspired. I have been quite busy. Um, and this is kind of, now I'm going through my notes, and there's quite a bit of my notes as to the ideas. But this one is number one because I want to hopefully make this audio short and sweet, just as a reminder of how much power you truly hold over your SP. So the topic of today is you have a direct phone line to your SP. This is so fucking true. You know, most of you, right, come to me with this. I mean, almost 100% of you come to me with your SP situations. If you only knew how much power you really hold over this individual, you would stop worrying right now. Okay. It seems like the situation is against you. Let's just say they ghosted you, they married somebody else, this, that, and the other, whatever. But even that thing that you produced yourself. And you produced out of, yeah, I know you don't like to hear it, but listen, truth, out of truth, there's real liberty, real freedom in that you can reverse engineer that shit, right? So just like you created what you created with instructions that came out of you, okay, somehow, some way based on your mama drawing panorama, that's power though, right? So, but in the same way, you have the power to start generating other transmissions. They're always listening, my point is. The amount of power that you have over your SP is unprecedented, unparalleled. So give up on the idea that you're fucking powerless. You are not. You're so powerful. You manifested this very situation. Just ask yourself this simple fucking thing, right? In all honesty, right? Not trying to sugarcoat shit, okay, which I don't do in my coaching, and nor am I disrespectful, but I think, you've paid enough money already to continue hearing lies. Like, I'm just very direct to the point in your best interest. So if you were completely, totally honest, brutally honest with yourself at this moment in time, what is the tonality of your being? What is your vibration? What is the tonality of your life? What is the music, the background music that's playing, right? So this is the transmission exact to your SP. If your thoughts contain situations like, I've never been chosen, do you always choose my girlfriend or somebody else? I'm always, last to be chosen, or never, I'm unattractive, this, that, and the other. That is a really kind of like low tonality. It's a tonality that is like, I feel so bad about myself right now. I need somebody, in fact, to come and tell me that I'm desirable. I mean, this is in essence the mechanism, okay? But what if, okay? It's as simple as like to change your mind. What if the transmission is stubbornly, no, I'm always chosen? What if you didn't have a fucking choice? Okay? What if you deliberately started being your biggest fan and saying it's a piece of cake to attract anybody's attention that I want? My SP is gaga for me. Yeah, I'm changing my mind right now, and I'm starting deliberately to seek a different kind of resonance with my SP. Yesterday I thought they didn't care about me, but today I'm changing my mind and I'm telephoning them with a different kind of vibration, and they can be on the motherfucking moon, and don't you know that they will hear you through the ethers, okay? You could say you will communicate with a different version on a different telephone line, okay? Or you can say through the ethers, they picked up on your vibration and the transmission was received. However the fuck you want to imagine it, Okay, you're the tower of communication. So like on the thumbnail you have this really pretty girl, by the way, really love the outfit, that's why I chose this thumbnail. And the guy, don't you know, he just wants to rip off her clothes, I think. He's like, god damn, darling. No, she's really pretty. She's there picking up the phone and communicating something. Like, what are you constantly communicating, first of all, to yourself about yourself? Is it hard for you to get what you want in a situation like this? And therefore, again, the vibration, the tonality of your world is, this has always been hard for me. This is hard for me, and it continues to be hard, right? But what if you change your mind like, it's easy for me? Just the declaration, not so much an affirmation, because I don't like those things, as you probably know if you know me. And by the way, subscribe and big thumbs up. A declaration in the morning, I'm always chosen. I'm always number one priority for them. Or just that they're falling in love with me. And I mean, on day 3, you're going to be like, I think they really are in love with me. But now your transmission completely changed. You did yourself a favor. You became your own biggest fan, and you proposed a different scenario for everybody to follow, and you changed timelines. And now in this timeline, just like nothing changed, okay, but you changed. Something within you started to change. You don't need to be the most beautiful person. You don't need to be, you know what I mean? Nobody like super duper extraordinary. You just need to love yourself enough to offer up better circumstances, in that sense, better ideas. I want you to start like really examining. It's such a delicate yet so simple, but so genius. Not to call myself a genius, don't worry. But I want to rest your heart at peace. No, but it's very, very elegant, and yet it's the insistence of being your own biggest fan. Okay, get turned off by your fears. Like, oh my God, yes, I know you're so predictable. It's kind of like the fear is like a hater, you know? Predictable, A to Z, know your game. You already tried to scare me with everything and all this kind of stuff. You can say to your fear, it doesn't work. Okay, I'm still here. Everything's still fine. Like, don't you find that most of your fears like never fucking materialize? Like, you really have to insist. Like, this is how benevolent the universe actually is that you're gonna have to insist like pretty fucking hard for something to go wrong in your reality, like over and over again. You know what I mean? So this is how much power you have just by it's easy for me because I'm the golden Buddha. Okay, there's some magic dust in my coffee or tea or whatever it is you're drinking, and I'm always getting my way. This is a totally different transmission, and you will find that everybody, yours SP including, okay, will find that transmission. You just, again, picture yourself in the morning, you picking up the phone and telling everybody, today I'm the hottest chick in the game. Okay, the next morning, I'm the hottest chick in the game or the hottest dude in the game. Okay, that's not narcissistic. That's just saying, I'm in charge. Listen up, everybody. This is the vibration I'm operating on. And through the energy work that I teach in my coaching with specificity, with your background in mind, with the way I go through it, again, I treat everybody in my coaching like a Rolls Royce because I'm genuinely interested in helping you so you like finally understand what you're not like doing right, the famous question. Okay, so with your specific background in mind and everything else that you had gone through, there's a way to have your energy focused so that you succeed with this something, no matter what is happening in the 3D, that you will get your way every single time. So you want to know how much power you have over your SP? Look around at your situation and also start introducing a new idea. Change your vibration about this situation, change your vibration about this SP, and start directing your energy this way. See what happens. Okay, all of your complaints about yourself, your body, this, that, and the other, turn into the positive. I'm alive. Great news, you know? I'm just saying, not for nothing, but come on, right? All these are the things that you generally like overlook. Start looking for the things to love yourself. A person who loves themselves emits a whole lot of motherfucking vibration, interprets things differently than, than somebody who doesn't, etc., etc. You become a really magnetic, powerful human being when you're on your side. It's really wonderful what happens. So the way you commanding your SP, every time I talk about commanding somebody, it's not forcing anybody. You command them with your energy, with your vibration. So in the morning when you're getting up, instead of, again, all the mama drama panorama, just go straight to the best and the highest. What's the best and the highest outcome here? Okay, that's what the fuck you should be transmitting. Nothing else. Not the mama drama panorama. Unless you really like it, you know? And the transmission is the same. Again, picture yourself in the morning picking up the phone. This is what we're doing today. The best and the highest outcome looks like this. SP, you're dying to marry me. You're falling in love with me. Okay. And again, on day 3, it will start catching energy in your mind. Your own mind is the only mind that matters. It's the only mind that exists in your universe. Okay. It's doing so much more than you realize. Okay. It's never a fucking mystery. Okay. Why your SP is not phoning you or doing, whatever you want them to do. It's your transmission. Just be honest about what you're transmitting right here, right now. Change the transmission, watch how, and insist on loving yourself. Change the transmission, or rather, first insist on loving yourself, and change the fucking transmission. But of course, the transmission is not going to change unless you change your mind about who you are. It has to be like almost, and here it is, okay? The last bit of it. First of all, you have to know that it's a piece of cake for you, as I just said, okay? But also, it's like, I see it like this, and please don't misunderstand. I see it like, you know what? I would I would date myself, okay? I'd do me. I would date myself. Like, this is where it's coming. Like, it's not narcissism, but kind of like looking at yourself in the mirror and being like, you know what? I really feel good about everything I've done, all the shit I've gone through, chupa chupa choo. This kind of acceptance and self-love. Do you know how fucking magnetic that is? Nobody can shake you out of that. Because that individual that's gone to work and processed all the mama drama panorama, nobody can fucking shake you. Your confidence is like, it's like the Central Park oak tree, unshakable. And then when you're stable like this, it becomes so much easier to be able to choose what it is that you want to transmit and be consistent with it and be insistent on it. Just decide what it is that you want the program to be now. With your SP, what is the program right now? Just keep the program the same and you will have that outcome in a way that you have no idea. It's going to just happen exactly as you see it in your mind. So falling out of fear and falling maybe a little bit more in love, in other words, like not freaking out, sending that. If you want love, you got to vibrate love into the ethers, right? So maybe, again, you're misunderstanding how much power you really hold. You would stop worrying right now and start generating love towards them, forgiveness, all that good stuff. You'll see how that love will return just like that. No mystery, just what you put out, it comes back. Thank you very much for listening. All information from me again is below. Until next time, ciao, ciao.